Welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. I am Coach Julia, and as you can see, we are not out on the ice today. I am bringing you another off-ice tutorial, and we have a very special guest. Coach Paolo is joining me. We are going to be doing some off-ice Axel exercises. Now, I don't love doing off-ice myself just because my landing foot is a little weaker post-surgery. So I'm really grateful to have you here. Also, Paolo's an amazing jumper. I've been watching him do triple axels all summer long. So impressive. So we've got an expert here to help us with some off-ice for axel exercises. So you said you have, what, three different drills for us today?
I have 3 drills that we'll go through today to kind of build up towards doing your single axel for like the first time maybe.
Great, so this is going to be for anyone who is looking to land axles sometime in the near future but isn't doing them yet. Perfect, okay, let's get started.
Our first move is what I call a step up, and this is to practice popping off of your left foot and getting enough power on the ice or off the ice to get yourself some air for your axle.
So we're working on height.
Yes.
Excellent, let's see it.
So you start backwards, you take a couple steps, and then you step up off your left foot and jump as high as you can.
Okay, so you're walking in backwards because if you're setting up for an axle, you're on that back outside edge. So you're mimicking that with your walk. And then it looked like you turned into the jump the way we would with an axle. Okay, see if you can break that jump down for me a bit.
So most important is as you step into your jump or you have your preparation and you take your walk, you really bend into your left foot while keeping your body up straight, snapping up with your right knee, and then stepping up in the air as straight as you can to the right side. So you want to stop your rotation and not continue to rotate. So going from your preparation, go up and stop, landing lightly.
So you're lined up over on that right side the way we would be in the air. Okay, now keep in mind this is all counterclockwise rotating. If you rotate clockwise, you'll need to reverse these directions. Okay, so let me walk through it. I don't know if I'm going to do the full jump because of my ankle, but so you are stepping in,
And
getting down onto that left, so you're pressing your hips forward through your toe. Your hands are going to come back at this point. We're jumping really high up off of that left toe, making that H pattern. If you've ever learned axles, you know you need to make an H pattern. H, and then you're jumping
to the right.
here.
Yes.
Okay, so let's see. We're going 1, 2, and
Yeah.
I do.
Nice.
All right, nice. There's one thing you said when you were talking about this step up that I really like and I want to call to attention. You said you want to bring your foot up and then step down onto it in the air, right? So we're not stepping down onto it on the ground, or we're attempting to not step onto the ground. I remember when I was learning axles a couple decades ago, that I remember my coach talking about how you wanted to step over onto that foot. So it's like you're going like up a stair step, like a giant stair step, and then standing up on it. So I really like that. I wanted to point that out. So when you're working on this exercise, it's not like a big jump out. It's like you're jumping up.
I like to think of it as like an invisible box that you're jumping up on. You jump up onto a box and then you come down nice and softly.
All right, and that box you want to come down
as high as you can.
Step up onto that box.
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. So that is the step up. What is our next one?
Next thing we're going to do is a Waltz jump into a backspin hop.
Okay, Waltz jump, backspin hop. Let's break this down.
So you can go same step, but I like to do this with a tap toe instead. So tap toe, Waltz jump, backspin hop, check out.
All right. I love that you put a tap toe in there. When I'm talking to my students about doing off-ice axles, I always say from a tap toe.
Yes.
Because it gives you that little extra burst of momentum, right, that we would get if we were skating into a jump. Okay, so you're doing any specific technique we have on the waltz jump part?
Just try not to over-rotate. And the most important part is on your landing that you catch your landing really strongly and then continue into your rotation.
So they're landing like they're in a loop position.
Yes.
A loop takeoff almost.
Yes.
So you're taking off for your waltz jump, you're landing with your whole body facing that right hip and your leg crossed in front, and you're going to hop around.
Yeah.
All right.
Most important for this, as a build-up from our last exercise, is that as we do that jump, we want that same step up that we had from the first exercise, where you catch your position in the air before you come down, and then rotate. Okay? They're connected, but still separate, right? So you're not going to go into a waltz jump and continue to spin out of control.
So what you want them to do is sort of, while they're moving, also freeze between the positions. So they're hitting that step up position, and you want to almost be able to like catch a photo of it,
yes,
right? And then move to the next position.
Yes.
And you're going to stay there,
yes,
catch a photo of that before you land.
Yes, because it's very important to stay over your right side when you're doing your rotations and not continuing to fall out of your position.
Because then when you get on the ice, you're going to be falling out of your position, and
yeah,
nobody likes that. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can walk through this one just like the last one. No promises on exceptional jumping, okay? He's the jumper. I'm just a teacher at this point. Okay, so we have our tap toe, waltz jump, box, and
yeah.
All right.
And
I
you can add as many rotations at the end if you want. Like, you know, just one rotation for maybe a single axle, or two for a double, or even just to practice rotating more.
Or you could just all do 4 and tell your friends you're working on quads.
Yeah.
You know? And
that's good too.
Off-ice quads. What's our next one?
Okay, our next one will be straight to our axle. So we'll be doing axle.
All right, so off-ice axles, this is what we've been building up to. We've got 2 exercises that are kind of leading to this. How do you want them to do this off-ice axle?
We'll go into our axle the same way we went into our waltz jump with the backspin.
Okay.
And then this time, with the tap toe. And this time you're just going to pull into your backspin in the air this time.
So we're stepping up the way we did in that first one, like a box.
Yep.
But instead of freezing that position and hopping, you're trying to snap into that
yes,
position.
continue, snap, and then continue your rotation until hopefully you can catch your landing.
So they may end up building up to where there's the whole spin. They might do half of it and then finish with the hop on the ground.
Yeah,
and eventually be doing the whole thing with checking out. Okay, let's see how this works.
Okay. So same as your waltz jump backspin takeoff, right? But just completing your jump. Okay, so since you're building up to your axle, you may not get it all the way around and of course have a nice landing, but this is the point of practicing off ice, where the goal is just to start to understand and feel what your rotation is like and learn how to catch your jump. So even if you're not getting all the way around, it's still very important that you can kind of combine your full single axle and your waltz jump backspin, where you get maybe just a little bit of rotation, continue with your hop, and then check out as you slowly and slowly add a little bit more to the point where even you just go full axle, hop, 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 and check out.
Well, Paul, thank you so much for those 3 drills. I think that they're going to be really helpful for our skaters who are building up to that axel or aspiring to do an axel one day. So how often, or like when in a schedule, does off ice fall? Before skating, after skating, completely separate? Like, what do you recommend?
Well, you can think of it in 2 different ways. One where you're really trying to build muscle and technique, and so you do want to kind of drill it honestly every day if you can, or almost as much as you skate, because you're trying to build your technique, right?
It's like working out.
Like working out, exactly. And then you can think of it in another way where maybe you start to be strong enough and you start to take it to the ice, where you want to use it for your warm-up. So you kind of warm your body up before you go on the ice, okay? And then that way you don't hurt yourself as much on the ice just trying to throw it and not know what it feels like.
I like that. So you're either using it as a muscle building technique or a session warm-up technique. Both of those are good good places to put them in your daily schedule.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me on this. Skaters, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give us that thumbs up. And as always, I'm looking forward to reading all your comments in that section down below. If you haven't done so yet, then hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell so you can see all my videos when they come out. Happy skating, and I'll see you next time.